Hi, this is Julie Yoder. I am so happy to tour you around our Goshen College campus here. It is finally a nice sunny day, so I'm pleased to share this with you. I am standing right now in front of our Welcome Center, and so we're going to start there. We'll look at admissions, all sorts of places here on campus. So join me here as we go on a little bit of tour of Goshen College. Like I said, we're going to start at our Welcome Center and we will make our way through the campus here. It's lunchtime, so we're going to see lots of students along the way. Right here, you're seeing the front of our admissions, where people come, they're greeted, and can take tours to see the campus. So back in behind here, we have admissions offices. And right now they are renovating our cafeteria space. And so you will see that I will show you the West Lawn renovation we're doing for nursing. But that houses our cafe on the first floor. So you'll see our temporary cafeteria as you walk with me here today. This is normally a kind of like cafe for students. And as I said, right now we're using it as our temporary cafeteria. You will see here that this is sort of the behind the scenes of our admissions counselors. There are different office spaces that they have here, and we've got 2, 4, 6, about 8 different admissions officers and a big conference room that we use for different meetings and also for admissions people as they're wanting to meet with students. This building is called our Union Building. It's kind of the center hub of our campus. And now that we're outside, if you can see way in the distance, you will see the dormitories for our on-campus undergrad students. And the back of this union is what houses our IT department and our computer lab spaces. So we'll walk around a little bit. In front of you now, that big building that you're seeing across the way is the library. And we'll go in there and look at the library, and our Academic Success Center is also housed there in our library space. The domed building that I have you pointed towards right now is actually our college church and chapel space. The education department has their classroom spaces in there. We use that for our weekly chapel. We use that for gathering spaces. And our campus also has a preschool daycare center that runs out of there. Now I have us at the back of the union, and we'll enter through to ITS. Upstairs, you can see that we have a commuter lounge. For students, this is for our commuter students. They can go and congregate, study together, that sort of thing. And down here is our ITS department. So again, some huddle spaces in here where students can work collaboratively, our help desk, all the different ITS offices for support people. And then we have a student computer lab as well. There are some conference room spaces down in this area as well, where people can congregate to have meetings from time to time. I think when the program was initially launched, we had accreditation meetings down in here. It's a very snowy, blizzardy day, so I'm happy that you can spend time in the beautiful Shenandoah Valley, although today, for us being about 13 miles from Michigan, we're actually having a lovely sunny day. The next space that I want to tour you to is the library, as I mentioned, to show you the library and our Academic Success Center. Again, unfortunately, you'll see some snow on the ground here. Our fountain is not going at the moment, but it is beautiful in the spring when we are able to have water trickling and so on. The building that I have you pointed at right now, where you see some glass windows, is our Humble kind of performing arts center. So there's a theater space in there and so on. This building is our Harold and Wilma Good Library. They are a huge resource to our doctoral students as far as helping them with their research, being good writing support, that sort of thing for our students. So enter with me. Again, here is the front desk of our library. If you come off to the side, you will see different library offices. Back in here are sort of workspaces for different library staff. And again, as I said, our academic support system, our center, is also housed here in our library space. So you can see that we have places here on campus that are supportive of students that need to, again, have some extra services for them. Here's a glimpse into one of the library rooms. Again, you can see that students have couches and tables and stuff that they can spread throughout what is a 4-story kind of facility here. From the library, I'm going to take us across campus here to briefly look at our science building along the way and look at some of the classroom spaces in there. I will take you over to the admissions building to have you see all the support places that we have. And then we'll lastly end with our nursing building. I will show you a glimpse along the way of the renovation that is happening for us to have a renovated nursing space. It triples the space that we currently have for nursing, which is amazing.
Are you looking for me?
Here, you get to meet my librarian too.
Hello.
No, thank you for checking on me.
Okay.
I'm making a virtual video for our CCNE visitor so that they can see Goshen campus because they are at EMU. So you just get to be in my video.
Oh, good. Well, it's good to
them in a
meet you
couple
all.
of days.
Oh, good.
Thanks, Fred.
I'll meet you. Okay, good.
So again, Fritz is the head of our library. He and both Eric Bradley do a fantastic job of giving our students such wonderful support. This building that you can see here with the glass enclosure for the stairway is Wise Hall. This is our nursing building and public health. At this point, it holds student life, Bible, religion, history departments are up on the 3rd floor, and we'll tour this building last. As I said, I would want to show you our science building is this beautiful brick building in front of us. It's called the Schrock Science Annex. And I will show you again just a couple of classrooms that we use in this space. It's nice because they have some quite large classrooms, which we will gain when we do our West Lawn renovation. But they work really nice for some of our bigger 40 size kind of student classes. So enter here with me. Some classrooms here, the shared classroom here is Science 106. And this works well for a lot of our nursing classes, and that you can see that we can fit a lot of nursing students into this clear tiered classroom. These are stuff for their kind of fundamentals nursing course. I'm going to take us up a flight and we'll see some of the labs if we can. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy with my video. This is the microbiology lab, and I'm sorry, it seems like it's locked, so I can't get us in there, but you can see that there would be laboratory equipment, microscopes, and so on for students to practice with. I think you can see off to the side there a hood for some chemistry sort of things. But again, we have a number of labs here on campus that students use for chemistry, anatomy and physiology, pathophysiology, and microbiology. This building also would house like our psychology department, our math department. I believe that sociology is in the top floor of Wise Hall, along with history and Bible and religion. So now again, we're outside. It feels so lovely today. I will show you across the way is a small building. This is our old historical library. It is now contains the art department. But the building that I want to take you to is our original building on campus. This is considered to be our administrative building. So it houses, again, all the administrative kind of functions of a college. If you go downstairs, you will have the alumni office, Office of Institutional Advancement, a development office, and our human resources departments are all located downstairs. But if you go up a flight, that's where students typically would engage with different services. So as you can see here on the first floor is our accounting department, cashier, executive offices, the registrar's office, and the financial aid department. Again, plenty of office space for the good folks that do our financial aid for our students. And on the other side, we have the registrar's office, which again houses about 3 to 4 different offices for those folks to do their work of getting students enrolled. So again, with library and the registrar. Those would be the key people that are going to help us with our doctoral students. Again, here's the executive office suite where we have the Dean of Student Life. We have office space for our Chief Financial Officer. This houses our president's office and our dean's office. So they kind of have an area up in here. Across from them is our financial aid, our accounting department and business endeavors. So again, we have somebody in charge of retention and recruitment here, IR services, and then this is our space for our financial aid business office. So again, this houses about 6 to 8 employees here that can help with student accounts, payments, those sort of things as needed. So again, upstairs from this on the top floors, you would find different classroom spaces and so on that are used for some of the languages, the language departments that we have here on campus, English, Spanish, American Sign Language, those sort of things. And then, like I've been mentioning throughout this video, we're so pleased to be getting a renovated nursing department here for our undergrad and family nurse practitioner students. It will be a great boost to our program to have more space to accommodate students. So here, through this tree, you can see Culp Hall. This is a dormitory. It's one of the original dormitories here on campus. It still houses students. And then out here, you can see our West Lawn renovation that we'll be doing. So again, as the rendering showed, the first floor of this will be our cafeteria space, and we will be creating extra seating areas outside when the weather is beautiful like this. We're going to have a big 2-story dining area where people can bring food from the cafeteria. Again, sit at tables. There'll be some huddle rooms for just the entirety of the campus to use. You see them putting in a big elevator for this space. As we move our hospital beds and stuff over, we will need a space to transport them to the 2nd and 3rd floors. But this is about 8,000 square feet that we will be moving into. We currently live in about 6,000 square feet. So like I said, this will triple our square footage. There is a wing that goes out on the other side of this building that I'm not going to walk you around to, that will have all of the faculty offices. But again, the nursing and public health departments will be moved probably about this time, around Christmas time of next year, over into this space is our plan. So we're really excited about that. Again, here is sort of the front of our admissions building that we were just in, where all of our administrative kind of services are housed. The science building, as I walk back over to end your tour on Wise Hall. Next, we'll go to see sort of the student life offices. We have counseling, mental health counseling here on campus for students. We do our services of needing to have a actual examination of any sort of medical things is through our Goshen family physicians, and they are about 2 miles away from here in kind of a health park where there's a variety of medical offices. You will hear throughout your tour with us or your time with us that one of our doctoral students, Gretchen Souter, is working with a federally qualified health center to see about bringing their services for both mental health and physical health here to our actual campus to support the students here, that they're not having to figure out how to make it those 2 miles to see a doctor if that is needed. We feel like bringing those services to our campus will help with our overall health of our students, and that we have a lot of students here on our campus. We are a Hispanic serving institution that may be without insurance or underinsured, and so we want to work to try to solve that problem. You'll hear more about that when you meet with Paul Shetler asked to the director at the Federal Center. I'm now taking you into the first floor of WISE, which again has our campus housing, counseling, ministries, diversity and equity. All of those things are housed within here. So again, very easily accessible for students that they can come in, speak with different counselors, get the student life help that they need, whether that's regarding housing, counseling, any of those options are available for students here. Now, I'm going to take you up and we'll end our tour with our nursing department as it is right now. Sorry, you get the windblown hair here as I'm out and about today. So nursing lives on the second floor of WISE currently. As you enter our space, we have our administrative offices here up at the front. Linda is our administrative assistant, helps us with paperwork, keeping track of students, and that includes doctoral students as they, have their student files and so on. This office is for our director of our master's program. This is my own office. I guess I picked it up fairly good before I brought you in here to see my space. And we have storage spaces, again, where we store textbooks, some scrubs for students, lots of student files live in here, our affiliation agreement, extra binders, notebooks, that sort of thing. We also have a faculty workroom where faculties have mailboxes where they can get things sent to them. Again, more undergraduate textbooks, old binders of different minutes over time where curriculum, business, outcomes, all housed in binders. So this is just kind of a workroom for the faculty. We have a simulation lab here that is small for our needs. And so again, that will be a great part of our West Lawn renovation. But here is our simulation lab. So you can see space for us to prep materials, a sink for students to practice their hand washing before they start their simulations. And we have classroom space in here for about 16 students. In our new space, we will be up to having room for 40 students, and there will actually be 10 hospital beds around. So it will really help us pick up what we're able to do with simulation. But you can see we have Chloe in the bed here that we can do different things with. Right now, I think that they are working on donning and doffing PPE, doing sterile gloves, all of those things as kind of undergrad students. We have some mannequins that we use for our pediatric clinicals, a baby that we have bought with a warmer that we can have students get used to auscultating just how quick a newborn heartbeat is, watching for breathing, that sort of thing. And so we kind of use this corner a little bit for maternity simulations, pediatrics, and then acute and medical surgical up here. So this is our main sort of simulation lab. This is room 215. We also have a classroom here, 214, that has room in it, again, for about 16 students. So again, our classroom spaces on this floor for now are fairly small, and we're looking forward to growing those spaces. We have a classroom that's 213. With COVID, it became so small when we were spacing out that we couldn't use it. COVID is still here, but we're not quite so space conscious. We have turned it into sort of a bit of a conference room, and then it houses a lot of our supplies. You'll have to forgive me right now. We are working on kind of tidying up and figuring out what we are going to move with us when we move to our new space. So this needs a little bit of organization in here, but as you can see, sort of houses our overflow supplies a little bit. This is our main hallway of our nursing program. So again, I will turn you as we go. You can see the various office spaces that we have for faculty. They are not super large, but again, computer for everybody, shelving for their books, so on, so that they can have office space. Every faculty member that is full-time and part-time has office space. Sometimes we have our adjunct faculty share with one another. So again, we have some communal office spaces up on the 3rd floor that we use. Because we have primarily female students, we did create an office space by the elevator that was kind of not well sought after, without a window, and we've turned that into a lactation room that can be used for students and staff, faculty alike. And so that felt like our contribution from the nursing department. When we moved to West Lawn, they will add a lactation room there as well. Again, printer, copy paper, so on, for faculty and students to use. We are doing a sock drive through our Sigma Theta Tau to donate to local charities or perhaps a homeless shelter. This is our largest classroom, and you can see that this one seats about 24 students. So again, we're so excited to have a space in our new West Lawn building where we can have space for up to 40 students. And we have a movable wall that we're putting in that will actually allow us to open up to where we could have a big space, even up to like 70 students. So we might house different Sigma events or something like that in there. Bathrooms, sorry, I passed it. Here's a unisex one. Drinking fountain down the cleaning utility cabinet here, and then the women's bathroom. So as Dr. Cash and I joked, we won't show you inside those, but yes, restroom facilities for students. And then this room is sort of our simulation space that we use for our nurse practitioner students. That class tends to happen in the summer, where they can practice their different assessment skills in here. We use this one a lot for acute care in our undergraduate students, where they can practice sectioning. We have a big monitor that we can hook up to an iPad and run different vitals on the screens. There's a phone where they can call out to the provider. And then in this room, you can see there's microphones dangling from the wall. Up on the ceiling, you can see that we have cameras. And then across the way, you can probably see my reflection. We have these big kind of one-way mirrors. So that is our control space. This also is sort of a student and faculty lounge where they can have coffee, warm up their meals, have a refrigerator, that sort of thing. This is the control room, and you'll have to forgive me. I, again, had a student pull things out of the cupboard that I'm going to go through for moving, so it's going to look a little cluttery in here. But again, our control center here for actually being able to monitor and record students as they are doing things. In the corner over here, there is another kind of little office space. Again, we use that for adjuncts from time to time. But hopefully this video has showed you that Goshen College is well equipped to serve all of our students. Our doctoral program is clearly online, and so students don't typically come here and make use of facilities. But again, adequate facilities, plenty of supports for students from all ranges within our nursing programs. Thank you for joining me on this video. Please let me know if you have any questions or something that I didn't include in this video that you'd like to see. Thank you. Have a good day. See if I turn this off.
Did you get to go over to the